Alright, in today's video I'm going to show you guys how I back up all of my files using OneDrive. So the only requirement you need is OneDrive, and then that's really kind of it. You just save your files to your Documents folder. The only thing you have to do is make sure that you have in your setting backup set. So you do Manage Backup, and you should see here that this should all say stop backup, so that way you can have everything automatically back up to your OneDrive. Once that's done, go ahead and click OK, and we can go on to where you will find the save files. So for this, I recommend that you have the I'd recommend that you have, if you were to go to your File Explorer, you're going to take up my workspace here. You can go to on this little tab, go to View, and make sure you have hidden items checked, just in case you ever kind of get out of the folder structure. We're going to do a shortcut and we're going to skip to it. So to get it, you can just basically copy this or type it in, Windows key R. So I deleted that, just paste it back in, and then you can click Enter or the OK button. And this is your saves folder located in your app data roaming Space Engineers saves. You'll usually not be able to see this because this is a hidden folder, so there's that as well. So in case you back out of it, you can kind of go back to it as you can see here. Alright, so now that we know where your saves are, we can go ahead and make sure we have that written down. We will now create the batch file that holds all your saves. That will copy over all your saves, essentially backing it up. So I'll go ahead and walk through it with you guys. Untitled. We'll start off with echo off. Just the basics. It's just kind of just making sure all your commands aren't there. We'll give this script a title. We'll call it Space Engineers Backup Script. Sure, go ahead. We can then echo out saying backing up save files. And then from here, here's going to be the actual command that you will use to back up all of your stuff. What you will need would be before we go any further, a folder to where you want to back things up to. As you can see before, we had in OneDrive, you can create or in your own documents folder, you can create a folder. Any folder do. For me, I created my own little Space Engineers, then a backup folder for me. So boom, and then this is my target. You're going to want to save this. So you can just click here and you see it pops up. You can copy, Control C, or just click here to copy. And then we're going to definitely be using that for our script. So just go ahead and put it down somewhere like right there. And you can do the same thing for the source for where all of your stuff is. That way you have it. We'll go ahead here. All right. So we'll be using those later. So this is going to be your source and then your target to where you want to save everything. All right. So from here, we'll be using the robo copy command. And you're going to first give it where's the saves. So I was going to ask you that. Oh, this isn't complete. Apologies. Use Windows key R, click OK, and you have to get the absolute path. So you click here, same thing we did last time, Control C for copy, or just copy in general, and you're good to go. And we'll place that here. So you'd click here. Everything has to be in quotes as well. Make sure you remember that. And then from that, that's your source where all your saves are. Now you got to give it the target where all of you want to copy everything to. So you would give it this, you would copy this, and end it in quotes as well. Now there's two more commands you need to give it. First, you want to make sure it copies even empty subfolders. So we'll give it the /empty. And for permissions, copy all for security. So we copy everything, just like that. And You can go ahead and delete these off, and you're finished. You have created a bat file. Now it's time to save this and give it a test run. So we can do File, Save As. Let's go ahead into my workspace, and we'll save it here in Batch Scripts. All files. You can see what I've already done. So we do space engineers backup tutorial and .bat. So make sure you click all files and save it as .bat. So we'll click save. All right, so you now have first created your first bat file. So we can actually go ahead and close this off. We can go to where we saved it. So if you have a workspace right here, I usually put it to batch scripts. And if you double click this, it will now run it. The thing is, you didn't see it run though. So you're like, oh wait, what happened? Did this actually run? To make sure if you want to see, we can make a quick little edit to the code itself. Let me go ahead and do this. And let me go ahead and do Notepad. There we go. File, open. And then we can go all files, and we can open back up. Let's go and do pause, just so you guys can actually see how it runs. Now that we've done that, we saved it, we can play again. You're going to actually get this. The reason why is because you're accessing some system files, so you need to run as admin, essentially. So it's going to give you this error saying, hey, you do not have the managing audit right. Yeah. And you already give it the /copy all, but still nothing. So because of that, all you need to do, right click, run as administrator. Give it your permission, and boom, we can see that it's run completely. So this is everything saving. So this is all of the script. Oh, now you can see it doesn't go any higher because it's all of that was given. And the pause allows us to do that. We can go ahead and delete out the pause now and save it back again. There we go. So we have our fully functioning script to test it as well. You can see here in your backup that everything green lighted and it's saved. Go to OneDrive, you'll see everything saved as well. So they can run it again just to show you. So you're gonna see this, and you're gonna see it go blue, and that'll let you know that it ran. Run as administrator, and you can see it goes blue, saying that it's saving because you just copied everything back again, and you're good to go. All right, so we have a fully functioning batch script. Everything's running perfectly, and now we have to make this run automatically. So that way, without you even having to worry, it will just run automatically for you. So this is where we can use the task scheduler for this. We can go ahead in our task scheduler. So let me close this off so I can show you how to open it. Windows key or start menu, task scheduler. Go ahead and click it or press enter to open. And we're going to go to create task. We'll give it a nice little name, space engineers backup. And we say that runs the batch script to backup saved to my OneDrive. Why not? From this screen, you're going to see it should be your user. You're going to want to click here, run with highest privileges. I usually say configure for Windows 10. There's no need for Vista. Or let's say if you have Windows 7, sure, go ahead and do it for your operating system. We can go to triggers. For triggers, this is where you set it for when you want it to run. So you can actually set it on a schedule. You can set it to run up every time you start up your computer. On an event, usually what I do, I just put it on a schedule, and I basically do daily. And I give it a time. I want it to happen 08 00. Oh, you can't now. 00, and then AM. So 9 a.m. let's say, and let's give it a start date of tomorrow. Daily. Delay task. Repeat task. No. No, there's no need to repeat. So this is run daily right here. You can actually run an expiration date. We can enable it, and you can stop the task. I usually do if it runs longer than an hour. Maybe something's wrong. So we don't want it to eat up system resources. So it shouldn't even take more than less than a minute basically to run everything. So it's taking longer than that, and that's something's wrong. We go ahead and click OK. So we've set the little schedule. We can do actions. We can click new. And this is where you're gonna give your programmer script. So you can do start a program. You can click browse. We can go here to where I have the script. So tutorial. Just click on it now, or fill out the file location. Click OK. You're good there. So now you have an action to do. So this triggers. This is the action it'll take. And here's some conditions. I don't usually click that. Wait computer, this is up to you. I usually don't, but that's up to you. You can always do it. So you can start task only if it's on power, if you have a laptop instead as well. So that way you can conserve some power. Or you can do network, so all those are conditions that say, hey, only start this if that. Here's some basic settings as well. Allow tasks to be run on demand, yep. Run tasks as soon as possible after scheduled start is missed. Usually I click that. If task fails every blah blah, attempt to restart up to blank times. I do this again, 1 hour. If task not scheduled to run again, delete it, but I don't click that. And I make sure to click do not start a new instance. So basically if the task is already running and it wants to run it again, we don't need it to start again or take up some resources. Go ahead and click OK. And boom, you have created your script, and you can see it right here. So this is your full-on script. And now we can go ahead and test it. So if we click on this script here, we can then go to our right side and click run. And you'll see it go ahead and run. Bring up our backup. Oh, look at that, it's saved. Now every single day at 9 a.m. It will run and automatically save my file. So I now have a fully functioning backup. And that's the basics of it. Please do realize, little disclaimer, this is something I know since I usually play vanilla a lot. I kind of like doing long projects and I don't got much time to play. So just to make sure I don't lose any save data, I do this. I have yet to test this with mods, but I don't believe it will cause you any troubles, but please, cautionary there. And finally, I am a developer myself, but more web. So this is my first time kind of doing batch files, and I made sure to kind of do some research on this. But if you find errors in my method, or you have a better way of doing it or coding this, please feel free to point that out, and we can all kind of grow together for this. All right. You all have a lovely day, and hope this helps.